101 is about to start. Just a reminder that the hand and neck massages in the rear of the room are complimentary. Please feel free to pick up any documents or brochures that are on the tables outside. Some of the co-sponsors of this event. And if you have an empty seat next to you when you're sitting, please raise your hand, as there is a crowded room and there are other people standing in the back of the room who would love to have a seat. Okay. Okay, we've got a great panel to talk to us about rainmakers today. To my immediate left, we have Donna Klein, who is a managing partner at Lynch Stafford. We have Donna Fresh, who's sitting next to Ms. Klein, who's a shareholder at Baker Donaldson, Behrman, Caldwell, and Berkowitz, whose practice focuses on healthcare and public policy. Next to her, we have Leanne Schell, who's an attorney at Kushler, Polk, Schell, Weiner, and Richardson. And finally, we have Peggy LeBlanc, who is a solo practitioner and past president of both the Association of Women Attorneys and the Louisiana Association for Women. Our moderator today is Lakeisha Jefferson, who is a solo practitioner focusing on domestic and family law. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. The panel and I have come up with a couple of questions that we thought would be really helpful for this particular portion of the CLE. Our section is rainmaking, show us the money. So one of the questions that we've come up with, and I'll let the panelists decide which questions they want to answer, but the first one is, as a solo practitioner, how do I balance cultivating my clientele and taking care of my family?
Well, I'll start since I'm a sole practitioner up here. And I have historically practiced by myself or with just one or two other people. Y'all here? So and the answer is I'm probably not unlike women who work in medium-sized or large-sized firms. It is a balance regardless of whether you have children, spouses, some of commitments to other family members, or whether you are single but have a passion about something else besides the law, or recognize that there's more to life than showing up and working at your office every day. And from my own personal experience, it all depends on what stage of life you're in. If you're, as a younger person, if you don't have children yet, you really feel invigorated, you feel like you've got to get out there and work all the time to establish yourself in your profession or in your community. And then if you have children, then clearly your children just take precedence. That's all there is to it. I consider myself lucky that I could participate in my children's activities and continue to work at the level that I did, and I got a great benefit from that. It also was a wonderful marketing tool to be involved in your children's activities, school activities, church, community sort of things. As they get older, you get back into I can work more kind of thing. But I will say, as a mother, and my kids now are 22 and 17, sometimes they're just as high maintenance at that level as they are at 5. And their problems, they're just different. And so the accessibility to my children was extremely important to me. And now I have learned in the last year or two, and I'm sure it's true for some of you who are in my age group, and that's the issue of parents and the needs that your parents have. And you become caregivers at a different stage of life. And I was very fortunate in that I'm one of 7 children. We're all here in New Orleans, so we all can care for my elderly father who passed away last year. And there is a real benefit to being able to do that. And so, you know, developing clientele, keeping things going, sometimes it is simply just doing a good job. I don't think it's any different than my colleagues in big firms.
Could I take prerogative for a minute and ask a question of the audience? How many of you are sole practitioners? many of you are with firms? And how many of you are doing something else, like you're neither solo practitioner or you're with a firm, perhaps you're with an agency or in-house? In-house. Okay. All right. I think that's important for us to know because this question has some relevance. I just want to say this, that I was actually with a law firm for about 3 years and brought in a tremendous amount of business in 3 years because I was pretty lucky to do it because I sort of gotten into a field that nobody knew anything about. I thought that was pretty smart because that's a good way to develop a book of business. And then I went out into a sole practice by myself, and that was a really stupid thing to do because I brought my clients and then no way to service them. So I was a sole practitioner for all of about maybe 4 weeks. So, that's why I was asking the question. There are reasons why it's a lot easier to be with a firm, but not everybody can be with a firm. And it depends on which firm you're going to get hired to be able to work at, depending on whatever their so-called standards are, which matter, I would think, somewhat, but very little in terms of credentialing you once you get into the practice for more than a few years. Then whatever your law school grade point average was kind of goes out the window. Then it's how many billable hours you're actually able to collect and how many clients you have to show for it. I just wanted to sort of keep us on track because we're really talking about where's the money. And how do you go after it, and how do you get it in terms of clients and keeping it. So that's why I needed to ask that.
I would just follow up on what Donna said, that I've been with 2 firms in the last almost 30 years, both large. And it's because I have a similar kind of